Yeah, on television.
Well, 30 FPS.
Can we watch this on the Wii, on the Ouya?
Well, there's probably a YouTube app for the Ouya, but I'm not sure if you. I'm pretty sure that the YouTube app on my television is more powerful than the entire Ouya. So yeah.
Yeah. Now it's 30 FPS because that's as much as a human eye can see.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're here to bring you a new episode of Random Nonsense that is known as Radio Rothingham. We got with us today a full cast. That is Astra. Say hi.
I'm not sleeping. Hi.
He's not sleeping, and we got the Panboys.
Hello.
Panboy, wake up.
We also have Xaverius.
Yes.
Oh yeah. We also got a new guest with us. His name is the one, the only. Well, introduce yourself. Go ahead. Good job. His name is a Nightly Pony guy, and you're probably gonna hear him. You're probably gonna hear him somewhere in the episode. Like he's just gonna pop up. Ah, there we go.
Yes.
There we go.
If only he wasn't so silent.
Mm-hmm. He's just
also actually hear him. You know.
He's not an actual horse. I mean, it would be nice to have a horse and teach it how to talk.
He's like kind of a ghost. He's kind of here in spirit. So sometimes you can hear him. So so that's the first thing I'm gonna draw today. It's gonna be a warm up. It's a spirit of Nightly, just sort of.
I'm the quiet guy.
He's haunting us.
I once tried to teach a horse how to talk.
Just draw a picture of a gramophone with no trumpet on it.
So a modern gramophone.
How about a ghost of a gramophone without a horn on it?
Better.
While drawing ghosts, draw a ghost of the navigator.
Draw the new Ghostbusters.
No,
I think that reference was wasted on you.
I think
You're
it was
hopeless.
I think the new Ghostbusters movies will be great. Yep. All reboots are always good.
It's gonna be.
It's still not out.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it comes out in July.
Yeah, it comes out in July. This is actually something that I don't think we touched on during the last episode, but there was the whole thing. I'll touch all the things. Come here, Xaverius. I'll touch you. I'll touch you with my finger.
That's even worse. I bet it's covered in cheese residue.
Oh
no,
my.
But I did touch a sausage, which is, in Dutch we say worst. So when you said that's the worst, that kind of sounds like that's the worst. So,
it's the worst possible thing that could happen.
That's the worst thing you could touch.
That's the worst. Oh God! And now I imagine where he's saying that. He's like, "That's the worst."
I don't get it.
It's a really dumb pun on words and their various meanings.
Yes, I see.
But I'm drawing it right now. It's already going. It's the worst possible thing.
We're drawing an important image a second ago.
Hey, join a ghost.
Anyway. So I'm sure you guys are familiar with the somewhat mildly befuddled electronic videographic entertainment programs person, also known as the Angry Video Game Nerd.
I heard that he exists, and he is very unappealing to me, so I do not watch him.
I love that guy.
Some people were very happy about a non-review he made recently.
This is true.
Those
people are usually happy about anything he does, so I don't think there's much of a value in that.
He said the most terrible thing. He said he didn't want to watch a movie because he thought it looked bad.
Yep.
Which is apparently sinful. That is the worst possible thing a person can do, is declare that they don't want to see a movie. For this, he has gotten numerous angry people on the internet telling him he's a very nice guy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There's a lot of angry people, though. They have the whole internet telling him that he's not a very nice guy.
Well, it's not the entire internet.
Anonymous people. It's people in the media.
Yep.
Which we all love.
That's the thing. It's not the internet per se. I mean, there are people on the internet that don't like him, but it's the mainstream media that's like, he's such a terrible person. This guy over here, he's not going to watch a movie.
Which is a crime, of course.
Oh no!
Isn't it just terrible that someone is deciding not to see a movie?
Well, the media said that it is, so it must be true.
Oh yeah.
Insult to the producers.
It wasn't it the director or the producer that was like, the reason why it's got to be the most terribly downvoted trailer on the planet is because geek culture is just full of assholes.
Yes, I have the article right here.
Mm-hmm.
It was the director, and he said
but
that the geek culture is home to some of the biggest a-holes, I think he meant assholes, I've ever met.
Well, that couldn't be true. Like Call of Duty came out with a trailer later of the new Call of Duty Infinity or something, and it in half the time the Ghostbusters trailer was on the internet, it beat its downvote count and became the most downvoted movie or downvoted trailer on YouTube.
Because
which is just fantastic.
Because the new COD sucks ass, bro.
Are you implying that there were CODs in the past 10 years that did not suck ass?
I'm not entirely sure how a person can do.
A healthy mind plays Battlefield, of course.
I'm not
I think
entirely
COD
sure how one can actually judge a game based on a cutscene trailer. I mean, the trailer was terrible, but it didn't show any of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And
the game's gonna suck also. It's too modern.
Of course it's too modern. Like, the last 17 COD games were too modern. Actually, I don't know how many of them there were.
It's not modern. It's futuristic. It's got laser rifles.
Yes, laser rifles are pretty modern, Panboy.
I only like
No, they're future. They're sci-fi. The last Call of Duty game wasn't modern either. It was futuristic. I don't understand where you guys are getting this statement of Call of Duties are modern from. Have you played them recently?
Judging by the name, it's going to have infinite amount of microtransactions.
Probably. The last one. Actually, no, the last one didn't. They haven't actually put microtransactions into COD yet.
That's surprising.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Are you saying you still unlock stuff in multiplayer like in Modern Warfare?
Unfortunately, yes. But
Because
I don't really play the multiplayer COD.
It was the last time I saw Call of Duty live in the world, in wilderness. It was Modern Warfare, and it was a grind to unlock things you wanted. Curiously, the things you did not want it, they kind of unlocked themselves.
Mm-hmm.
No, Artrix, it turned the O into a U so that the English speakers also get the joke.
Good one.
What's the worst thing that... the worst possible thing?
Can't you just put 2 dots above the O?
Is that proper German? I think Beck is actually looking.
I have no idea. We could use a German right now, only if we had...
Chaos.
Well, I speaking of German, he's actually in one of the regions is currently affected by the shit ton of floods that are currently happening in Germany.
And not here, when I would welcome them because it's been like 75 degrees in the shade.
Haha, you're hot and shit. That I find that to be very funny.
Yes.
Look at me being
you
so
poor
mean.
baby.
Look at me being so mean-spirited just for the sake of being mean-spirited.
Yes, and I am very reactive to you being mean-spirited, and I wish you to cease your existence.
Yes, look at us being so having an argument that is so acted and insincere. It's amazing.
It is very honest argument.
Exactly.
Is this a
It's
reference?
this is
Are you guys
almost.
making a joke I don't get?
No, it was a poor intended joke.
It's very serious.
I think it's lovely.
It's very serious business. It's an SRS, which incidentally
Yes.
stands for shit, Reddit says, but let's not delve into that right now.
I'm confused.
Sounds sexy.
Yeah.
Stop making me confused.
Okay.
You are already confused, Xaverius. You are
And that will not make him
you
any
already
less.
are. You just are, bro. Also,
Bro. Bruh.
bruh, that's my word, bruh. Don't you bruh me? It's my word, bruh.
Oh, wait, chill out, Mon.
You're my bruh,
yeah.
bruh.
I was talking about how terrible modern phones are before we started the modcast. And it's true. All the modern phones are god-awful. I mean, they all have big processors and lots of RAMs, and you can put all the apps on them.
But they don't have a keyboard.
They don't have keyboards, yes. And I wouldn't complain about the largeness, because as long as they still fit in a pocket, it's fine. But there's this weird trend in phones to make the screens expand so large you can't hold them without touching the screens, and that really, really annoys me. It's a design feature that they use to sell, and I cannot comprehend it. It's like, hey, use our new phone, and the screen goes all the way to the edge, so if you wrap your fingers around it to hold it tight, you're going to be pressing your buttons all the time. Genius.
Yeah, I won't be getting one of those in the future. I got the HTC One M8, and I think they recently released the 10. They're just calling it 10 now, just like Windows 10, except for this one actually has like a slimmer of logic behind it. But it doesn't. I think even the newest version of the phone doesn't have the edge crap that. This is Samsung. Samsung does the whole edge screen thing, where the screen sort of curves around the phone, so you can have like.
They're literally
really
making the
nice.
screen wrap around to the back of the phone. I'm like, why?
It's ugly as all fuck. My
Oh, no.
dad's got one of them, and
Well, it breaks easily like that, so, they make more money.
I'm not entirely sure. It seems to be pretty sturdy. The build quality seems alright, but.
I mean, the phones themselves are solid. They're decent computers. They've crammed atoms in there. Like, apparently, this phone has 2 processors with 4 cores each. Like, I don't know why I would need that for anything a phone does, but yeah, okay. I'm not going to do anything more than send text messages on this, but it's
But
shiny.
Of course, you don't need this phone because you're supposed to run your, I don't know, probably Infinite Call of Duty server on that.
Yeah, I could run Call of Duty Infinite on it
But do you
with
want
all
to?
the sci-fi guns.
I don't actually know what you are supposed to do with modern phones.
Neither do I. The features I use on a phone are the following. I use it to make phone calls.
Yes.
On the rare occasion that happens,
Mhm.
and text messages.
Yes.
And the most useful feature that exists on a modern phone, it's been around for a while, and I'm pretty sure everyone uses it who has common sense, is the GPS systems. Like,
my phone actually doesn't have that because it would have to connect to GPRS and then eats the credit, so I don't use that. But I use it to tell time and to wake me up in the morning.
I guess I can see how the people of the modern age who seem to be addicted to Facebook would use their phones for a lot of Facebooking. But I find even if I was to Facebook, I'd use my PC. But I guess my PC's not in my pocket all the time, so if I really needed to tell everyone I was taking a good poop, I wouldn't be able to.
Well,
Okay, Panboy.
That's what Twitter is for.
Panboy, I want you to do the following, okay? So next time you take a really big shit, I want you to whip out your phone and tweet it like they did on that one Pen Arcade comic, where you're like, okay, time to go to the toilet. Sitting on the toilet now. Poop is coming out now.
It's almost like
I'm a Twitter shitter.
That's literal shit post.
Oh, I like that one. Twitter shitter.
Obviously, do. You like shit posts.
The Twitter shitter. It's the amazing story of Twitter shitter who goes around Twitter shit posting in
almost
cinemas.
Like I was referring to that with that joke.
It's a story of a man who had to take a dump.
Mm-hmm.
And will we get past the Twitter censors, which is apparently a thing that happens now, because the EU is like, hey, the UN is saying a thing about violence on the Twitter, so we're going to censor the entire normie book. I mean Facebook, in the tweets and other major social media sites.
But I thought they discarded that report as being completely and utterly retarded.
Well, apparently
They're going to act on a report that they willfully understood as bad.
Well, it is the EU after all.
Implying EU understands the reports.
I hate everything.
Yeah, but it is pretty fucking scary, because there are like, everything that's deemed quote hate speech ought to be destroyed and deleted within 24 hours. But then the question becomes, so what is hate speech?
It appears to be any disagreement with another person.
No,
I don't agree with you.
Yep,
That's hate speech.
Yeah, I don't agree with you, Panboy.
That's hate speech.
Mm-hmm.
No. What hate speech is practically ranting about something or someone without any constructive means, and that is purely meant to destroy or wreck or insult or talk badly about.
That's calling
That's
not hate speech. That's just conversation.
That too.
Well, the way you describe it sounds more like we already got something for that. It's called libel laws and whatnot, where you can just go around and shit talk about someone without any basis in reality.
Hate speech is just really talking badly about people for the sake of talking bad.
No, that's entirely not right. That's the worst definition of hate speech I've ever heard.
For example, when you call to, for example,
a place?
Hate speech is speech designed to incite hatred and violence.
To incite hatred.
What you're describing isn't that at all. You're describing someone just complaining about things.
Yeah.
People complaining about things
you're describing a feminist.
Don't be silly. Feminists can be violent and hateful. Haven't you followed the internet lately?
99.9% of the
Oh yeah,
time.
that's the Artrix, because women cannot beat that, and obviously every woman is a feminist. They just don't know it.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, hey Astra,
Hello.
are you a feminist?
What?
Are you a feminist?
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, there you go. Every woman
There's
is
no maybe.
automatically a
There's either
feminist.
Yes or no. You're either a feminist or you're not.
Stop mansplaining!
Astra, here's the true test of your femininity.
To do so, fuck you.
How many men have you castrated this week?
None.
Gee,
You're a
come
terrible
on.
feminist.
Yeah. Here I thought you were worth your salt as a feminist. Jeez.
See,
Not even one.
Nightly, what you described as hate speech a moment ago would include me implying that feminists like to castrate men.
They
So
do.
now I
Some
am
of
guilty
them
of
do.
hate
Some of
speech.
them do. Really, some of them do. There are feminists that
Nightly,
said they would like. To
now you're
castrate
practicing hate speech.
them. No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
you're disagreeing
using
with
your
Ben.
definition.
From what?
Nightly, don't you know that the Irish are an oppressed group of people? Are you talking badly to a marginalized group? Is that what you do?
Indeed, Astra, you should be ashamed to be British because of what your people did to the Irish. So what your people did in the past, that automatically makes you cowards. Even though
I
you were
should be
born too
ashamed of
late,
my
that doesn't-
ancestors' acts.
Astra, I
that's
demand
the shaming you got.
reparations.
Do it
Okay,
now.
I'll give it to you.
I demand reparations too.
Also, the Dutch
get you a
has,
candy
the Dutch
bar
have
or
also
something.
played a part in it.
Nice.
Astra, candy bar doesn't bring my great granduncle back.
Only
Yeah,
mermaid man
here's
did that.
the thing. Obviously, if Ireland wasn't being held ransom by the British, then they would have been like, their empire would be at least 3 times as big as the British Empire, at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Indeed.
I mean,
we need good compensation in the form of
British
terrain.
ruined it all.
Yes.
I want 90% of America, please. That was one of your colonies, right? I think you can give it to me.
Yeah, that works.
No, if Ireland wasn't colonized by the British, they would have just conquered 6 planets by now.
Yeah,
I mean,
obviously.
they obviously would have discovered space flight in
6
like
planets
the
and 2
They have
yeah,
potato
1800s.
spaceships.
Exactly, they would have just created potato-powered spaceships.
Yes, indeed.
But
Whiskey or poutine powered, you mean?
Yeah.
Actually, no, we'd never do that. Then there'd be less to drink.
But Panboy, just think of all the planets that you could colonize, so you can produce even more. Come on, you gotta have some long-term thinking.
Well, if we grew the potatoes on a space station where there would be no chance of them contracting potato plague, then we'd have infinite potato.
Exactly.
But obviously, the potato famine was the British fault.
Yes.
Obviously.
Well,
I'll
The-
bring you
the-
back some fish and chips. That makes you feel better.
Potato famine was sort of the British's fault.
Oh, God.
It was because we couldn't. The Irish farmers had to live off potatoes because they didn't have enough land to grow their own food, but they also had no way of getting more land because it was against the law for Irish people to own any land.
No,
So-
that's no. Those are all lies. If
You're not Irish. How would you know?
Yeah.
the British actually did humanity a favor, because if the British didn't invade Ireland and everything, then all of the British Isles would be grown over with potatoes. It would have been a potato infestation. Then there would be potatoes on every piece of fertile soil. There would be potatoes.
Are you a British?
There,
Because you
Is
sound like
definitely
you
an
are
Asian.
a British.
you can get potatoes everywhere, and they were literally the worst food.
See, don't bring him on any ideas. Don't give him any ideas. See, it's starting.
Yeah, it's already
It's all
pondering
in
how
the
he's...
genes.
Potatoes so much.
Potato is okay.
I like potatoes.
You're terrible.
You can make fries with them. I like fries.
Yay.
Sometimes they are French, which is weird.
And they're
Nah,
very
it's all
hard
about
to
Flemish
grow.
fries. Come on,
They
especially with
can grow.
mayonnaise.
What do you mean, especially when is there something else you eat them with?
Yeah,
Ketchup.
there's yeah.
But that's what poor fags.
I'm straight.
No,
Did
no,
I
no.
say water or for?
It's a cultural thing. For some reason, the Anglosphere seems to be under the impression that you eat fries with ketchup.
Well, they
This
are
is-
wrong, obviously.
They're objectively wrong, yes, I mean, obviously the only one and true way to eat fries is with mayonnaise.
Yeah.
It's tasty, but it can't beat ketchup.
And the McDonald's fries.
I don't think you got the idea of what we just said, Astra.
Yes, a Dutch thing. I get it.
No, it's not. That's not what we said.
It's not exclusively Dutch. It's.
I know, but the Dutch do like mayonnaise on everything.
Yes, indeed. No, white people like mayonnaise on everything.
I've never put mayonnaise on anything in my life.
Lies!
I've put a mayonnaise on a nigger once.
What the fuck?
Good job.
Seriously, that sounded so wrong. Also, white people.
But it was supposed to, Nightly. That's the joke.
Mm-hmm.
Because
You're
you're like, white people like mayonnaise. So, it's a contrast.
Then again,
No pun intended.
Then again, these days it's all the rage to be racist against white people. So
Obviously, you can do that because white people are actually just snow niggers.
Exactly. I'm such a snow nigger right now.
No, you are not. You're a Dutch. You are a sea nigger.
Yes. Oh yeah. But then again, couldn't that be said about any seafaring nation in Europe?
No.
Like New
No.
Zealand.
You're actively fighting the sea.
Ah, yeah, of course.
Hey guys, what if in an alternate reality or dimension, what in history, what would society look like right now if Hitler was black?
Like
Probably much the same.
Black Lives Matter, probably.
That
Well-
everybody would be ripping on black people, and we could get away with it if Hitler was.
And then it's like, I don't know. You guys did a thing in the past. Well, Hitler. Checkmate, atheists.
Obviously, we all know that only white people can own slaves.
I just don't like them white boys. Nazi.
There were no white slaves in the history and no black slavers.
Whoa. Let me stop you right there, because that is not true. The Arabs have enslaved both white people and
Nightly,
black people.
Nightly, stop taking things seriously. Obviously, that was a joke.
Do
No,
remember,
it was,
you are in a comedy, well, quote comedy podcast. So yeah.
You are in a comedy reality, Nightly.
But-
Deal
That's
with
it.
it.
But I like taking things seriously.
Well, then take them seriously, ironically, or whatever.
Take them seriously out.
I don't know.
Take them seriously somewhere else.
Yes. That's what I said, basically.
Mm-hmm. I agree. As long as I said it.
Basically.
But yeah,
Exactly.
since we are talking about then politics, I think you want to bring something up, Xaverius.
I don't.
Oh.
What about Fred? I mean Astra.
What?
Didn't she have something to talk about to do with Britain?
Yes.
And the EU and that thing where they want to use sterling? I don't
Yeah,
know.
so Xaverius announced the thing. 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
go.
It's the Astra time with Astra.
Doom, 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 doom.
Oh.
So yeah, Astra is now forced to talk about Brexit.
To be honest, I know jack shit about it. All I know is that
You're a
we are
Briton.
leaving, or we want to leave. Some people want to leave. I want to leave.
There's at
I
least
don't.
one person that wants to leave.
You're the
That
person
was-
that you can talk about it, and there's no jack shit about it.
This is funny. So Astra's like, I don't know what we're talking about, but I want to leave.
But actually, I'm undecided, so I want to leave, but there's part of me saying, don't leave.
But
Stay
what
with
do you
us.
want to leave and why?
It's
And
the
who?
it's the evil twin that's saying don't leave.
Okay. So let's make this a political debate.
No.
Yes, but it's gonna be one of those ironic debates. So
Okay.
don't take this seriously, because after all, this
It's
is
a
a
non-debate.
yeah. Actually, it's non-debate. I'm gonna pretend to be pro. I'm gonna be a stayer. Hashtag stayer, because if
That's a real thing.
That's a real thing, yes. So Astra, with the hashtag staying. I don't know. That you stay in the EU because if you don't, there's gonna be war.
Bring on the war. We can hold our own.
Yeah. Because if Astra, if we leave the EU, then they're gonna send the Netherlands at us again, and then we'd have to defend our borders against them trying to take our fish and chips.
You know what the France said, right?
No.
That they are not like overtly. They are not saying anything against EU, against Britain leaving EU, but if it leaves EU, well, maybe the immigrants that are in Calais in France might start coming to Britain.
Oh, I see what they're doing
It's
there.
a conspiracy.
But
It is.
if the Britain leave the EU, then they can just turn off the choo-choo train, and then all the migrants can just drink the water in the big tunnel.
Oh, that's okay, because if I want to go to the UK, I'll just take the ferry instead. So I mean, the tunnel is kind of convenient. I mean, it's just 2 hours for me to go to Calais and then take the tunnel, but I can also just take the ferry. I mean, sure, it's a bit inconvenient because then I sleep over on board of this ferry, but you know, you gotta have some sacrifices. If
Many terrible Artrix, many terrible.
You can always
Yeah.
go to Hull.
Well, yeah, that's those are my two destinations. I can either go to Harwich or Hull. But why the fuck would I want to go to Hull? I mean, come on.
Because you can never stop. You're like,
The weather there is really nice.
It's named like a part of a ship.
oh,
That too.
Does it make house?
Yes,
Nice.
I've been to Hull. One of my cousins lives there. I went and
They
shot
also
things
have
with a
maybe
shotgun.
towns that are called Anchor or
But how is
Cove.
not in Ireland place?
Okay, I think Knight is trying to say something. Go on, boy. Say it.
Are there more towns in England named after ship parts? I mean, is there a town called Sails or Anchor or Bridge?
Sure.
What?
Let's make this a trend now. Actually, you know what it is? The whole reason why the British want to leave the EU is because they're fucking hipsters. They're like, bro, the EU, it's like so 2000 and late. Let's just not do this anymore. Let's bail.
Okay, so
Not
who
this
won?
anymore.
So who's
Let's
gonna be
sail.
who's gonna be hashtag Brexit?
yeah.
Well, I'm not Britain, so
No, but we're doing the whole role playing thing. So Xaverius now
Okay.
Brexit, and
I'm
the only
ex-
reason
I'm
you have
exiting.
is go ahead.
I'm exiting
That's
right
why
now.
I'm being against anything. Also, Artrix, you should be against it too because you're from Rotterdam, and everybody knows that people from Rotterdam are automatically against everything.
Well, actually,
If
you're very
for
correct.
something, if you're for something, you're gay.
No, seriously, when the whole referendum came about for the whole treaty thing with Ukraine, I was like, I don't have a fucking clue what it's about, and I don't fucking care.
What
But
the hell
it's
is Ukraine?
that too. So the government's like, yeah, you should vote for it because it's gonna make everything great. And I was like, oh,
Make
the
Britain
government
great
is
again.
asking me to agree with something. Okay, I disagree.
Netherlands great again.
Hashtag make Britain great again.
That too. Yes.
And anyway, now I'm going to pretend to be on the Brexit camp. So
Okay.
I'm Brexit. It should be more British. Oi, mate, I'm Brexit. I'm Brexit. I'm telling you
Oi,
to
Brexit.
leave to leave the EU. Leave the EU because I'm telling you, oi, I'm telling you, mate. It's 2016. It's 2016, mate. Oh, that sounds more like an Australian.
Get with the
Liverpool.
bruv.
Well, you're both, I guess.
Bruv, get with the
2016,
Tories.
that sounds like a good enough reason. I'm out.
Get with the fucking
Yeah.
Tories, bruv.
It's
Oh.
2016.
Oh, so you're one of
Why-
those people. So when Trousseau, whatever his name is, and he says it's 2016, yeah, Bob. You know the Prime Minister of Canada.
Yeah. He
When he's-
convinced me.
When he's like, I'm a feminist.
Oh, that's even better.
That's a shame.
Seriously, that guy is so fucking creepy.
I'm sorry for your loss by becoming a feminist.
Indeed. I'm also very, very sorry.
I'd hate to
loss
be.
of your brain.
I'd hate to be the doctor that's gonna have to tell his parents. So
Yeah.
that they're
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Your son has feminism.
Oh no! What can we do?
Is it terminal? I'm sorry, but he has 36 months to live.
Only 36.
Oh well, too bad. You know what they say: the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh.
What's a lord?
Gaben.
Is it like? Oh, Gaben. Okay. No,
Hey,
Gaben,
Gaben.
don't take my discounts. I need the Steam summer sale. I need it. Without it, how would I get so many video games so cheap? Speaking of, that's coming up soon.
Yep.
Yes.
It's all mermaid.
Steam
man.
summer sales.
I'm not entirely sure if my wallet is ready, because I don't know if there's gonna be any games that I'm really that pumped for right now.
I don't even have a wallet. All the games I have on Steam I got from giveaways on Reddit.
Doom.
Not even on Steam, bro.
Well,
They have also a giveaway with Doom actually.
if Doom's gonna drop under 40 quid or something, I might consider buying it. But right now
Oh,
I'm
my
like,
brother
no,
has
I'm
it.
not paying 60 quid for Doom, for a game that I
My
sort of
brother
want to
has
play,
it on
but
PS4, it's awesome.
But not really.
My brother is on
Artrix,
PS4, it's awesome.
just admit it, you are not good at playing games, or nor do you want to play games.
the former, I'm pretty sure I can play Doom just fine. The latter,
Well, you can definitely play better than the Polygon guy.
I'm pretty. Anyone with a functioning cardiovascular system can play better than that guy. I'm
Even
sure.
a console peasant.
Well, yeah. Well, to be fair, I'm not really that into playing these FPS games on consoles. I mean,
That
I
was
guess
the
I'm.
joke.
I can sort of do it. I mean, got the Splatoons, and when I'm playing two-player, well, it's no co-op. It's we play against each other. I can sort of hold myself up.
Anyway, back to reasons why to leave EU.
Yeah,
They
because
want
we got,
to take our guns.
They took her good.
They want to take the little of our guns that we still have.
Yeah, exactly. Because
They want to take her jabs.
I mean, gun laws are pretty strict in the UK as they are.
They're anti-gun Nazis.
Artrix, I'm not talking about UK. I'm talking about the entirety of EU.
They're
See,
anti-gun.
they are right now trying to pass some regulations
Hmm?
that would, well, one of the forms of that thing meant that there would be no magazines and no clips, because that's apparently too dangerous.
Guns
But
have
that's what
been-
you put the bullets in.
Exactly.
Guns
So
don't
you-
work without those.
You would have to manually put a bullet after bullet.
Guys, guns, seriously, stop
And
right there.
they are trying to push this regulation before I think July, before at that point Netherlands stops being in the head of EU and Slovakia goes there. And Slovakia is probably not going to make such retarded decisions.
I didn't even notice that we're apparently the
I
EU
did not
leaders.
have it confirmed. I just heard it on a news site.
Okay. Well, it's not like I'd notice anyways. I mean, it's not like they'll put me in charge.
They should.
No?
It'd be a terrible idea. And
It
I'm
would-
all
it-
for it.
Yeah, European Union will be full of Disney, not Disney, Nintendo princesses.
Oh, wouldn't you want to live in such a world?
No,
They'd fix
I-
everything.
I would rather the Disney princesses.
Only
okay,
if
that can.
guns.
Okay. Well,
Only if
Xaverius,
guns.
I'll throw you a bone, alright? I'll throw you a bone. Because, sure, you can also have Disney princesses.
So, what's your national princess?
Xaverius is a very pretty princess.
Mhm.
I am Ariel.
Because you're so.
Artrix, for real, you should draw Xaverius' head on Ariel with a beard and everything. He's not really a female.
I already told him
He's
that he
transgender.
should draw us as Disney princesses. He didn't.
Indeed.
But
Dips on Elsa.
And no Artrix, it's not because I'm fish or because I'm wet. It's because in the original version of that fable, she got legs and when she walked, the legs hurt like if they were stabbed by thousands of knives, which is pretty metal.
It's pretty metal.
And then she died and turned to foam.
Oh yeah, she died and turned into foam. Exactly. That's kind of metal, I guess.
Just like Disney told him.
And anyways, we still haven't answered the question yet. Oi, Astra, so are you leaving or staying? We'll convince you the most.
Decided.
She's still undecided.
I wanted to leave since before we entered.
Most people did.
Yes, because like our voting was like 53 for, 47 against.
Oh, you actually got a vote to enter
Yes,
the EU.
it
Because
was
the way...
It was a direct vote and it was almost 50-50. Unfortunately,
The-
it was not enough 50-50.
The way it went for Netherlands was more like, okay, the war's over and we're just having this little, alliance, little, economic little thingy. It then just sort of transformed into like a more of a union. And then it also started to become kind of political, and then more countries were added, and before you know it, you had like the EU. We're like,
Yes.
oh,
And now that you're in EU, you cannot ever go back, because even if you vote for, leaving the EU is going to be like, well, this result might not be entirely conclusive. Let's vote again.
oh. To be fair,
Because
there are
That's
some.
that's what they keep doing.
Mhm. Well, that's true. They always just
That-
keep
that's
trying
what-
until they get the answer they
That's
want.
what they did with the gun law. Like there were some countries that were against it, so they voted again, and suddenly there was less countries that were against it.
Because the other countries are just exhausted. They were like,
Yes, I guess they got tired.
It's like you have a roommate and you're like, hey bro, can I like put a beer pong table in the room? And you're like, no, we need that space for, I don't know, to play the Wii U. I want to play Dance's Revolution, and I need all the rooms. But then you go out, you go visit some mates, or you're at some party, just drink some beer, and you get home, and then suddenly there's a beer pong table in your room. Like, well, bro, but why is there the pong table in the room? And like, well, we had another vote again, but you weren't there. But I assumed you'd be fine with it. So
Also, guys,
go ahead.
it's-
Yes.
We're waiting.
I already know what kind of Disney princesses you all are.
Oh,
I'm
God,
Ariel.
let's hear it.
Okay, Xaverius is Ariel. That is just something that he is. Astra is Belle because she has a weird taste in men. Beck is Cinderella because he's still waiting for his Prince Charming.
He's not even here.
And,
Those are all
I-
frighteningly accurate.
And
Wait,
Artrix
I was
is
saying that
Diana
Buck
because
is
he's
gay.
a cynical bastard.
What?
Sorry.
And Panboy is definitely Snow White because he loves animals and he lives among small people.
So
Okay.
who is Artrix? Who is Artrix again?
Yeah.
Artrix is Diana because he's a cynical bastard.
Who?
Tiara. Isn't that the chick
Yeah.
from Princess and the Frog?
Yes.
That's a Disney thing? I barely know that exists. Not
Well,
even who's,
I
who's
seen
in
it recently.
Well, obviously, except for Princess and the Frog, right? Anyway,
And
let me
also
let me
because
finish the
my
gun
heart is
thing.
cold, but don't.
Like the gun thing.
Don't want to let you all go, that's why. But
The
Panboy
countries
is
that were
definitely
countries that were overwhelmingly against the gun thing, obviously, were Czech Republic and Slovakia, because we're like, we don't have that many guns, but we like our guns because we like to shoot all the deer. And Slovakia was like, we have slightly more guns, also not as many guns, but we like these guns because how else are we gonna shoot all these dipshits, all these gypsies, right?
Mm-hmm. It's getting to the point where I'm beginning to think that people are going to say, do you know what? We have all these guns. So,
use them.
no, you can't have them because we have them. And I don't know if you're familiar with what guns do, but I suggest you try to take them away. And then you'll find
guns have
out.
Feelings too. Hashtag pray for guns.
We have guns, so let's use them.
Hmm.
Where is Trump when you need him?
Guns don't kill people. Dishwashers
People
kill
do.
people with guns.
And toasters and microwaves.
Mhm. I mean, a toaster can actually, not just kill with a gun, but it can also make the bullet more electric. So,
Now here's the thing, you see. Governments are supposed to be afraid of their populace. That's how it's supposed to be.
I don't think that's how it works.
That's
Especially
supposed to be
Artrix
what
is
keeps the
very
government honest, is the fear of rebellion. And the more government forces the populace to be unable to defend itself from the government, the more tyranny they are capable of with no
Yes.
resistance.
I
So-
agree. What was the one quote by Benjamin Franklin again? Something about the tree of liberty and how it has to be refreshed by the guns of the patriots, yada yada.
So I think it's
Something
the,
like that.
It's the blood of the usurpers. Oh well.
but one
You need-
better
the point is you need to kill people.
a better quote I think is where he said, "People that are willing to exchange a little bit of their liberty for the illusion of security deserve neither."
Retards.
And that too.
Yeah. Isn't
Then
that...
he discovered that Xaverius would exist in about 250 years, so he added it to the quote in secret. So,
Wasn't it... Who was that? Who said that?
that was, I think, was Benjamin Franklin.
It was... See, my bets were either on Voltaire or Churchill. One of those.
He probably just stole the quote. They all said like a hissy fit on Twitter. He was like,
Which one? of them?
"Oh my gosh, you stole my quote. No, it's my original quote. Do not steal. That's
I
my
don't
OC."
I don't think
I mean,
Voltaire had
quote.
Twitter. He was French.
Don't you know? Twitter's been around since the 1700s.
I know, but he was French.
Well, luckily, regardless, it doesn't really matter because it's never particularly hard for people to just walk into an armory that's not expecting them and borrow its possessions. Most military bases aren't very well defended when they're not expecting people to wander in and borrow tanks, as evidenced from several tank robberies in America.
That's America. They have kind of a surplus amount of tanks.
They do, but the funny thing is, the tanks aren't usually stolen from the surplus yards, because there's literally a giant surplus yard in Texas that has over 5,000 Abrams, which will be out of date before they ever get commissioned. But they just keep building them. Anyway, no, most of the tanks that have been stolen in America have been stolen from active barracks, active armories, with patrols and everything. But cameras, patrols, and drones aren't magic. Someone needs to actually go out and stop you if you do happen to wander in and take something. Well, I suppose the drone could probably stop you, but they're not programmed to do that yet.
Obviously, you need to shoot the drone before it shoots you.
Just
Well, they are.
you haven't broken into the armory yet.
Hey, drones are programmed to shoot pepper pellets at like 100 per second or something like that.
They can do that. Yes, you could put an airsoft minigun on a drone and just drive it into a riot for the fun. That'd be hilarious.
Well, that's what the American police has.
Oh,
They're just not using it yet that much, I guess. You will hear about
also
it.
vomit rays. I love the vomit ray. It's the greatest gun ever imagined. Shoot someone in the face with strobing microwave radiation that flashes, and it makes you nauseous till you throw up.
Okay, that sounds one of the more hilarious guns out there.
That sounds like a thing that works only on close distances.
No, I think it's a pretty focused ray.
Oh, okay. Well, in
It's
the
like-
opposite In the opposite, you will get vomited on and worse than that.
That is a disadvantage. You go through the post-riot cityscape, and it's just like, oh god, there's vomit everywhere. What did that guy eat?
Looks like it was Taco Tuesday.
I don't think I've ever had
I
a
knew we
taco
should-
before.
I knew we shouldn't have broken up that McDonald's riot.
We should have just given them the raise. Oh god, that was terrible.
The thing about McDonald's riots is, if you don't break them up, they threaten with just rolling over the city. So it's better to.
Well, this
take the
is true. A
risks.
lot of fast food workers are also large consumers of fast food.
Oh god,
Actually,
fast food workers are the meanest sons of bitches ever. They are overworked and underpaid. Not even talking about the people who wash dishes.
Speaking of
They
this,
don't care about their lives at all.
I'm
and
overworked.
robots.
I'm overworked and underpaid.
Are you a dishwasher?
You're a dishwasher.
No,
But, yeah.
you.
Anyways,
I'll-
anyways.
On that topic, there's a trend happening right now in fast food restaurants where they've decided, do you know what?
Why?
It costs too much to pay people to take people's orders, so we're going to replace them all with a smartphone.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, there's a giant one in my McDonald's where you just poke through the images of a burger and it orders you a burger for you.
Mm-hmm. They're basically going to get rid of everything but the kitchen staff.
Yeah.
Before long.
And then they even
mean,
want to
also-
replace those with $30,000 robots.
Yeah, well, that's one person's pay for a year for a robot that will work for decades with minimal maintenance. So
Realistically, it will work for like 2 weeks and then it spends 2 months with repairs because that's how stuff works. You just know that like the touch screens they have in McDonald's already, or the point of orders, point of sale systems, like they break all the time.
yeah, I have no idea how these consumer electronics are so fragile. 'Cause, computers or making an order screen really shouldn't be difficult. I could probably make a facsimile of that in a weekend in Java, which is a terrible idea. It's
Oh.
Java.
Yeah, in Java.
But-
Good time.
If I could do it, I could take a week and do it in C++.
Like that guy that showed how he'd make an app that the government of the United States developed for a few million, or like, and he did in like 10 minutes. It was
Yeah,
like the government spent $1 million developing this app. I
But
just made
is
it in
this
10
app
minutes.
a military grade one? It is.
here's the thing. Currently, today, you've got people spending millions on apps that are basically just data aggregators that then show you basically a bar chart. Well, no, more a line chart of trends.
Yep.
These are they're data aggregators. They're called machine learning algorithms, and they do very little. They just but you can use them to make predictions and calculate average costs of things in places. So you can say, oh, I should sell a burger for €2.50 in this area because I counted up the prices of the burgers in all the other shops, and the average was $2.50. That's basically what they do. Except they use more data than that. They use all the data you can gather, and then you say, okay, after I've fed you all the data from names of the cats on the street to people's religious beliefs, how much should I sell my burgers for? And then it will give you a lovely weighted graph that shows you the average price of burgers all over the city, and it will even show you dark spots where it's like, nobody over here buys burgers. And then you're like, why does nobody buy burgers there? And then the algorithm is like, I don't fucking know.
I'm an algorithm.
It's like, I just tell you what's true. I don't know why it's true.
Mm-hmm.
And then you try to figure out why it's true. So you start going through all the values and you realize, I can't read this because this is just pure data. That's why I wrote this computer program, to just give me the answers.
So then you have to go and write a computer program that will take the data and do some other jigama things with it, and then
Well, see, that's the thing. That's another area of research into the area. You can compile all the data and it can show you trends, but then there's another level of research that goes into it to try to figure out why the trends.
What the trends mean?
Yes. But also it doesn't actually matter because you don't care what the trends mean. You just care of how much people will pay for burgers. But then one day you're walking down the street and you realize that you're walking past a sewage treatment plant and it stinks and you feel very nauseous.
And it's
And
full
you're
of burgers.
Oh, that's why nobody wants to buy burgers here.
But the app didn't tell me this. It's a terrible app. I'm going to ask for my money back.
Yeah, the programmer did everything wrong. Obviously.
Exactly.
See, the computer can often not tell you things that are plainly obvious if you actually go and look.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing about computers, that they can be incredibly smart, but like common sense things that are really fucking obvious to humans.
Smart Artrix tell algorithms.
Yeah, they're as smart as they're programmed to be.
They do what you told them to do.
These kind of programs don't have any intelligence, which really annoyed me when I was being taught these types of computing in my class called artificial intelligence. Because I can't understand how the two concepts of intelligence and raw data expungement are related. It offended my intelligence.
That's bad. You should get rid of it.
Not at McDonald's. They're not hiring anyone anymore. They've got computers.
Yeah, so you currently you have all these people in the fast food industry that are like, pay us more because we can't live off $7 per hour, which I think is a legit concern.
Oh, it
because
is.
what's essentially happening, before this raise of the minimum wage is, okay, so you got.
I would like to have $7 per hour.
Yeah, that would and also Subtoon Legion, welcome to the podcast. And this is now in the podcast forever.
I get what, $3.50 per hour.
Yes, but you also.
Yeah, but then again, your hamburger costs like $2 so.
I don't know how much a hamburger
I am
costs
joking.
because I'm not eating hamburgers.
You're
I
a
had
terrible
one
person.
in my entire life.
Why?
Poor
No, wait,
unfortunate
wait.
soul.
Two, but only one of them was from a licensed hamburger place. I think it was McDonald's or
Sad.
KFC.
Are
Does
hamburgers
even
that
KFC
heavily
carry
regulated
McDonald's?
in Czech Republic?
No.
You have to be a certified hamburger
I'm just not
maker.
going to burger places because kebabs are cheaper and superior.
Right,
There's an element of truth to what you say. But then again, kebabs are lamb and burgers are beef.
Well, something that once saw a beef from a train, basically.
Yes. That mostly bread, actually.
It's mostly flour, yeah.
Anyway, so you got this country.
It's made from the same material as the buns.
So you got this country chock full of fast food restaurants, and it's fucking great if you don't work at these places because you drive around and there's fast food fucking everywhere. Like
you open a fridge and there's fast food in there.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like that. You're like, I feel like getting a hamburger, and you just go to any random highway, and then there's a sign that says there are 7 different fast food joints just off this exit. Just take this
Hamburgers,
exit,
right
and
on
there's
this highway, right on the ground.
there's an entire strip of fucking fast food. You can go to the Subway, or you can get yourself an ice cream or some Mexican, or I don't know.
You can get yourself a hamburger flavored ice cream and an ice cream flavored hamburger.
I'm finding it hard to understand how you think this is a negative thing.
That's not the negative thing, but here's the negative thing. So
Highways.
all this food is fucking cheap and it's fucking great. Like you go in there and it's like, oh look, it's an hamburger, it's a taco, it's only $1. You give them $1, you get one taco. It's fucking great. Just buy 6 when you're at it.
Fucking taco for cheap.
But here's the thing. So you got these workers over there that are getting paid like £7 an hour, and they need several jobs just to make ends meet. They can barely pay for the basic necessities, and they're getting food stamps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm getting food stamps.
So essentially, you're
Food
paying
stamps are
taxes. So you're paying taxes. So the government can give some food stamps to these fast food workers that are making your food for super cheap. So essentially, you're still paying kind of the full price, but not directly. So economy, how to?
See, here's the problem, and this is a problem the entire world is going to be facing. Robots will be cheap. Robots already are cheap. We don't need the entire population to be in the workforce, but we punish people for not being in the workforce.
Panboy. I'm pretty sure that's what happened during the Industrial Revolution.
Yes, it did, and it's still happening. And it hasn't finished, and we're still in this mentality for some reason that everybody must work to earn their keep, but people are out there. It's like, okay, I have to. What job needs doing? No jobs need doing. We've replaced them all with robots. Then how do I work? That's your problem.
Panboy, you know very well, as I do, that IT jobs are needed because the robots are going to be breaking every minute.
Yes, but not as many IT jobs are needed as menial jobs used to be.
Yes.
Well, plus, people aren't educated enough to do robot stuff.
I don't. Go ahead.
You know what's the fun thing about it? Like in our country, guess what kind of jobs is in demand? Menial jobs.
But you're a third world country.
Not a world country.
Just, second world.
Yeah, just the country that got bought by Germany, and then everything got dismantled, so we had no industry, and then Germany imported their industry.
And now you don't know what to do.
Also,
we know what to do. Leave EU.
From what I gather, the industrial revolution actually created a shit ton of jobs. I mean,
well, yeah, because those machines had to be maintained, which is the thing I said about robots.
Well, they had to be maintained.
Still required people.
Well, the positive of Industrial Revolution for working people was that they didn't have to work 16 hours a day and live in the factory and die like every week.
I'm not exactly saying that living conditions were fucking great in those times, because we're not. But
because they were not. Yes.
In reality, ever since we invented farming, we've been putting each other out of work. When we were hunter-gatherers, we all needed to go out and get our berries and murder rabbits, or we would die. Then someone said, "Do you know what? What if we shoved some of this shit in the ground and then just stayed there?" Someone was like, "What?
That's a retarded idea, Phil."
Yeah, Panboy, that's a terrible idea. That's never gonna take off. This is a roleplay now. Ooga, that's never gonna take off, Panboy. Don't be silly.
Ugh, I have stick. I hit you.
You fucking hipster with your fucking hipster sticks. Rocks are much better.
God, you made me spit my drink.
I like sticks before.
Nug. I tie a rock to stick. I hit you with rocky stick.
That's pretty clever, actually. I have to admit. So what are gonna do with it, Oog?
Well, I'm gonna hit you with stick till you dead, and then I'm gonna plant flower in your face.
Instead of doing that, what if I also take stick and we can kill 3 times as much?
No need kill. Got flowers. Flowers delicious.
Well, yeah, okay, we can do that too. Whatever. We'll just have a lot of fucking flowers, and
Bunga. Me create fire.
Berry bushes.
God damn it! Even though God hasn't been invented yet, you.
Congratulations! You just invented God.
Oh shit! Oh, sorry, dude. Sorry.
I don't even know. I don't know what mine is.
No. Not God. Do you know what you have done? Religion.
I'm sorry.
Just created religion.
Religion? What does it do? Can I plant it in the ground?
No.
Yes, if you follow my God, the
living.
plants will grow even faster, and you will also live forever. But that's only after you die. You want me to accelerate the process?
I don't think I follow that logic.
God damn it.
Well, this religion, after all. So
You
there's
won't
no
live
logic.
forever? Me kill you now.
Yeah, that's how it works. I mean, you could make an analogy to the plants that you have to put them underground so they can grow.
Yeah, one thing I never understood about the Christian religion was everyone assumes that if you kill someone, you're going to go to hell, right? But if you die, you go to heaven, right? So you get someone who doesn't believe in this nonsense to kill everybody, and you all go to heaven.
But
Well, yeah,
you have to, but you have to get him to kill everybody in such a way that you don't know about it.
Because otherwise it's suicide, and that's evil.
Yes,
It's suicide if you kill yourself.
Yeah, but if you tell someone to kill you, that's technically
Assisted
suicide.
suicide.
That's in the terms of service of
Assisted
God
suicide.
Incorporated.
yes, it's an assisted suicide. He assists you with a gun.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, did you just click OK when you were reading the terms of service of the universe? Come on.
I just hate it so.
I kind of did. I was too little to read.
Well, you
Yeah,
should
I
have.
love that. I love the fact that there's this assumption when you're born into a country that you agree to the contract that says you'll obey its rules. It's like, oh, you live in Ireland, then you have to obey the Irish rules. Why?
And eat potatoes.
Because it's the law. I didn't agree to that. But you live here. No, I don't agree. But you have to. No, you don't.
And judging by some of the things happening across Europe right now, it seems that those that were not born in it and just come over.
Yeah. So what exactly is the perk to obeying all these rules when these friendly people from across the Mediterranean just come in and don't obey the rules?
Well, you can get all the exciting new cultures in your butt.
They're too numerous to mention, but I've read recently about several boats happening to start sinking while they were near large rescue boats for some reason.
I don't know why.
Neither do I.
I bet the evil white people in the rescue boats fired torpedoes at them.
Hipster rapists will, the hipster rapist and hipster will probably tell you that it's it's all your fault. Then we should, it's your fault, Xaverius. Exclusively yours.
Yes, I am white. Obviously,
Yeah,
it's my
exactly.
fault.
I'm just not entirely sure how so many boats can even try to sink in the Mediterranean. It's not like it's an open ocean, and as in, the conditions couldn't be that bad ever.
It's deep enough, apparently.
It's not even that big. It would take How long does it take to cross the Mediterranean in even a shitty boat?
Well, it depends on where you want to cross, because if you want to go to Morocco to Spain, it's like 50 kilometers. But going from Tunisia to Egypt will probably take you a bit longer.
Mm-hmm. People
It's
used
like
to do this shit.
300 kilometers.
The Roman Empire sailed across that thing constantly in wooden boats with sails. Modern
powered by
boats,
people. When there was
Powered by-
wind.
yeah. So I find it very suspect that so many modern boats seem to be sinking. Very, very suspect.
Yeah, you would think that the Roman boats would be sinking more. Not the Roman boats, the other boats, because the Roman boats had huge things on the, what's the front part of the ship called?
Bow?
Yes, maybe they had huge metal rams on the bow of the ship, so they could sink everything.
That's useful. It's like, we haven't invented cannons yet, but let's just ram them with a metal spike.
It was crude but effective.
And then the Americans built the ironclads. Or was that Americans? That might have just been
Yes,
Europeans.
it was Americans. I think they ordered one of them to be made somewhere else. But yeah, ironclads were American invention. They are hilarious.
It's like,
Okay,
let's
America confirmed for Fire Nation. It's
Well, we'll
just like the story of Japan. Japan was just chilling in the ocean, and everything was fine
like,
until
okay,
the United States attacked.
That was probably really the end of piracy as we knew it back then. It's like, oh, people have built the boats out of solid metal. Cannons have no effect anymore.
Yeah.
Whoops.
I believe that was the thinking, like, okay, we have this boat and it keeps getting holes from cannons. I know, let's just saw off the damaged part and put metal on the rest.
And so instead of Iron Man, they invented Iron Boat.
Yes.
They also had the Iron Man theme song as it was sailing the oceans.
Yeah, they just,
Iron Boat, Iron Boat.
I don't know what the Iron Man theme song is, so I just replaced it with the song Iron Man from Ozzy Osbourne, and it's even better.
Cool.
Well, it was obviously, they would play it on the Ghost gramophone with no horn.
Yeah,
That would make it very haunting.
that's what they had in that 360-degree turret. Not a gun, but a gramophone.
Mm-hmm. As you do.
Yeah, I do.
Me too.
Anyways, maybe we should touch up on one topic before we end today's
Are you
episode.
touching things again, Artrix, with your cheese fingers?
Oh yes, I'm touching this antique.
It's
so hot.
And greasy.
Well, it's more like lukewarm, but you get the point.
How about
it's swelling
Yeah,
up to you.
how about the amount of hype that is continuing to come out for the NX when no one even knows what it is yet?
I think it's
know,
a new
right?
type of amiibo.
Yep.
I'm still pretty sure it's just going to be a handheld that you can hook up to the TV, but also apparently it's going to have VR.
No.
That doesn't it already exist like a thing that
I
you
don't know
plug into
about-
TV and it's a computer?
No, it's not. I don't have any reasons to assume it's a VR, but I think a bit of leaked information confirms that it's not a mobile system, because apparently the mobile the next handheld is gonna be the MX with an M.
Artrix, you just made me realize that a VR from Nintendo would be like the worst thing ever.
Yeah, I don't
will
think
be the worst
Nintendo's
thing ever.
gonna. I don't think Nintendo's gonna go that route.
Yeah, I don't think Nintendo has ever made enough hardware that even put together would be good enough to run a VR thing.
Well, apparently they've delayed its production because they're trying to implement VR for the NX.
God, no. It's
According,
going to have like 7 FPS.
according to VG247 anyway.
Well, they are going for a quarter first 2017 release. So, yeah, I honestly have no fucking clue what to expect from it. It's not. I don't think it's gonna be the hybrid thing that we're going on about. Maybe it's gonna interface with the new handheld later on. Who knows? But for now, I honestly don't think it's gonna be VR because everyone's riding the VR bandwagon, and Nintendo's not exactly the kind of company to, get in on that.
Or have the power to do that.
Also, let me stop you right there because no.
No.
Nintendo's never been about raw
The
power.
MH
but-
is not a real thing. The MH is just a term that they use.
Sorry, what were you
It is a term
saying?
that they use to. The MH is actually a term that they use to picture a scenario. It is not a real thing. This has been confirmed. It's not going to be a successor to the 3DS.
Okay, so
It's not a real thing. Also, hooray! You can hear me again.
yes.
Yes.
There's something going wrong, but anyway, the MH is not a real thing. So yeah.
So it's an unreal thing. Ah. I see.
The MH is actually a term that they use to picture a scenario for what would happen if they would release another handheld. So
So it's not an actual headland. It's a what if.
it's a what if kind of thing. Yes, indeed.
So they are saying that they actually are not able to release a new handheld, but we can
They are
imagine
able,
that they
but
did.
they would be fucking stupid. I mean, with the whole smartphone thing and smartphone games and everything that's going on, releasing a successor to the 3DS would be stupid. Not unless you have a handheld hybrid console called the Nintendo NX.
Well, in theory, everything
Yeah,
and
access
anything is
code, yeah.
handheld. I can hold my computer in my hands.
But the problem there is you can't cram enough power into a handheld console to compete with existing not handheld consoles.
Or phones.
Exactly.
Because Panboy's phone has 2 4 cores.
It's got
Exactly.
8 cores spread over 2 CPUs. Oh
For
wow.
some reason.
Yes.
Well, Panboy, you need all those cores because you need one whole core to render all the epic tweets that you'll be receiving on your phone.
Oh well, you know how it is. Cores in a phone, it's like before megapixels were in a phone that had a camera. You need to get all those megapixels. Then we need to get all
Well,
those
it-
cores.
It is
Collect
quite
them all.
It is quite impressive that I can grab my phone and shoot fucking 1080p movies with my phone.
See,
Go ahead.
I think I know what happened. Okay.
Tell me.
The ARM factory was sitting there, and they were like, "Well, we've printed about 17 billion of these ARM core processors, and well, actually, nobody actually has any use for them.
Basically.
So, phone companies, do you want to maybe buy these at a discount? You could put a whole stack of cores in a phone.
Just
why
underclock it
not?
a bit and,
Well, no, that's the thing. ARM processors pretty much can't run over a gigahertz. So,
Dear.
That's why they are in phones.
yeah. Yes. Also, having multiple cores in a phone could potentially reduce the chance of it overheating by running tasks.
That was
on
the
different-
case with the Sony Xperia Z2 because the new version of the Snapdragon, the Qualcomm Snapdragon GPU or something, it caused the phone to overheat. So yes, indeed, it was one of the problems with the Sony Xperia Z2. Problem was indeed overheating. My old neighbor, I believe, he had one of those, and it did actually overheat. So he had to get a new phone.
Actually,
It's true.
my old Android, my previous phone used to get really warm if I ever played anything. If I ever played a game on it for more than 10 minutes, I wasn't even
hot dogs
graphically
on it?
intensive. Yeah.
Was it getting so hot that you could bake hot dogs on them or omelets?
Not quite, but it was uncomfortably hot to hold. I remember I was playing Pandemic on it, which was it's not even a graphically intensive game.
Mhm.
It's you are trying to manufacture a virus to take over the planet, so it's all just running really basic maths, but constantly. But the phone used to get too hot to hold.
That,
Wow.
that reminds me of a certain HP laptop, which was hot enough to cook on, and it couldn't handle like 50 minutes of Skyrim before shutting down.
Hashtag too hot for Xav.
It was too hot for me.
Too hot.
Or maybe I was making it too hot.
But the thing is, people keep going on about the mobile gaming scene, and I have yet to ever see it.
Mobile or gaming.
Also,
Exactly.
guys, less than 2 weeks for the E3. It's got to be one big
Oh,
Zelda
Panboy,
fest,
Panboy.
and I am freaking out.
If I were marketing, I would tell you that these processors may run at 1 gigahertz, but they are quad cores, so that's 4 gigahertz, and there's 2 of them, so that's 8 gigahertz in your phone.
And another one, so that's 10.
But the thing is, what was I thinking about? Oh shit, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, mobile gaming. There was a lot of money in it there for a while. When they started farming the whales.
Yes, when they
and
made
that
a
was
game where you can either wait or pay like $70 to continue.
So those games were actually doing well for a while, but they've actually been falling off because people have started, the addicts noticed that they had no money left,
Yes. And other people noticed the
insane
addicts.
so people were like, oh, maybe it's kind of unhealthy to play these games and lose all your money. And so those games are getting a little stigmatized, and with the whales running out of money, the profits of these games have started to dive.
And now what to do?
And then
right?
then when you look at the mobile market, if you subtract all the micropayment games that prey on these people, and just look at normal games and look at the purchases, you'll notice there aren't any. There are neither the games and there's neither the purchases of the few that exist.
I wonder why.
But that's the UK, that's the European and American market though. In the Japan,
The Japans.
All
Go
the
on.
ones.
well, spin-off games there are for Final Fantasy.
No,
There's,
Yes.
there's never enough Final Fantasy.
there's a non-zero amount. Let me tell you that.
I want more Final Fantasy.
There's like 6 Final Fantasy VII games that were only released on mobile phones and Symbian. I mean, they've been selling games on mobiles since Symbian, which was a terrible time when no one should use a phone ever. Oh god, no. But
That's the new for me.
those games don't exist on the Western market. Actual RPGs on your phone. The only ones that exist are really horrible adventure quest ones, like oh yes, that one called
Dungeon
Adventure Quest.
Hunter, bro.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
somebody judged that these Japan flag games would be too confusing for the local audience, and of course, then you had those people that said that these games are too sexist.
Well, actually, yes, that is exactly what happens. The Japanese market say Westerners don't like our games. We won't make any money, especially with all this sexism going on. So they don't even consider porting these games. There's so many Japanese games that just don't get ported because, well, the Japanese market is big enough for them to make the profit they need, and they don't have to.
I'm actually happy that we got Seventh Dragon because America never got it. Europe did get Seventh Dragon for.
But what about the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth dragons?
I have no idea. Panboy ate them all for breakfast.
Four
They were
dragons.
delicious.
Along with the side of potatoes.
Also, Nintendo is going to show more than just Zelda. There's also going to be the new Dragon Quest and the new Monster Hunter, so it's going to be more than just Zelda.
And you what?
And there's going to be Pokemon Sun and Moon too. Goodbye, Moon.
Nobody cares about that.
I do.
Yes,
But
Summer
yeah, Zelda-
cares, I care.
But yeah, Zelda's pretty much going the only thing that Nintendo's gonna show on E3. So it better be
Still
pretty
no NX.
damn good.
What
And
if they showed the NX?
Yeah, maybe they were just trolling us when they said they were not going to, but maybe that's just all part
It's
of
a
their
hypothetical
master
scenario.
plan.
It's a conspiracy. Also, they're going to show the NX on the Tokyo Game Show in September.
Actually-
probably.
We
What
don't
they'll
know.
do, what they'll actually do, is a reenactment of last year's E3 when they showed off Star Fox and got hyped for it with puppets. But this time, they'll have all the puppets horribly murdered by the Wii U, and there'll be blood and guts everywhere, and the franchise will be dead, and everyone will hate Nintendo because they fucked up a great game.
And you'll have to pay
Well,
money for the
speaking
blood
of-
and intestines to stop.
Well, speaking of which, Reggie Fils-Aimé looks like somebody who could come right straight out from the Muppet.
Well, he
Reggie
was the Muppet,
Fils-Aimé
right?
is a Muppet. And then last E3, he actually became a Muppet. Now he's officially a Muppet.
I don't know how they did that. They
Pray
took
for
a
Reggie.
really simple, straightforward game concept, on the rails space shooter, where you point your spaceship at the monsters and you hit the fire button and the monsters explode.
It's
And
too
they
complicated.
They completely and utterly broke it by forcing you to have to aim by looking at a different screen.
Okay.
Fan,
That's
fan
Yeah,
that's
boy,
not
I-
how games work.
I gotta admit, I cried. I have
Wow.
waited for so many years until finally a new Star Fox game was coming out. And then
That's
Star
not
Fox
how
Zero
any
came.
of these things work.
Before that, I had all the merchandise and movies. Then Star Fox Zero came. They all up.
Now, do you know what the worst thing is? It's not even a new game.
Indeed, it's just a copy of Star Fox 64 with some added features.
It's just an
It doesn't
upscaled.
fit in the storyline. And meanwhile, everybody is ripping on Star Fox Assault for the GameCube, but I actually thought it was one of the most fun games in the franchise. Star Fox Assault was fucking baller, dude.
I played it. It had really simple mechanics, so it wasn't really engaging. Like every fight you got into, you walked up to the enemy, you pressed your attack button 3 times, then you stepped away, and then you did it again.
Press
would've
F
liked
to
it if
hit.
it was- I would have liked it if it was more like Star Fox Assault, but instead it was something. Well, Nintendo was like, "Yo guys, I suddenly remember we have a console that features a gamepad controller thing.
Wait.
Maybe we should do something."
Oh
with
hell, we have a
I actually-
console!
Sorry, I
We
just
need
I
more.
just got
We
Assault mixed up with Adventure.
it. And
Assault wasn't bad. Star Fox Adventure was kind of bad.
dude, Star Fox Adventure was. It was like one of these games that took that to a whole new level.
Yeah, no, Assault was
It
actually
was
alright.
Yeah, Assault was alright, but Adventures actually it was not even designed to be a Star Fox game. I mean,
Oh yeah, Nida Sarkeesian can tell you all about it, even
the
though
Star
he
Fox
wasn't
franchise
really.
is fucked all over ever since.
They should make a automated support for the online store if they have one. I guess they do, and it will be like, it looks like you're trying to make a refund. Refunds are not active at this time. Please press F to regret your decision.
Well, Anita's complaints about Star Fox Adventure were typical of her. She focused entirely on the
The
character
women have boobs.
and didn't talk at all about the gameplay and how it wasn't very good.
Well,
So-
how much did she look at the butt?
There's only one thing that Star Fox Adventure. When it comes to Star Fox Adventures, the only good that it has brought to Star Fox in the furry fandom was Crystal. No further.
Did you just use furry fandom and good in one sentence?
Yeah, that is a bit of a problem.
No further comment.
But the thing was, Anita kind of had a point in the fact that Crystal was literally just shoved into a crystal for the whole game, and then
Well-
Fox pops up, oogles her for 5 seconds, and then goes off to save her. It's like,
Well,
yeah,
one thing,
that
the
is-
reason,
Well,
guys.
that's what happened in StarCraft. Except
well,
Kerrigan was in a crystal. She was in a Zerg bio armor and killed everybody she met. Right.
need
That's
to
actually
construct
pretty different.
additional pylons. Also, you guys, do you know why Crystal is not in Star Fox Zero?
My
Because
dead.
she's
Sexism.
having a whore off with Renamon, who is the hottest gal in the furry fandom.
It's also
She's having a
sexism.
huge bitch fight with Renamon right now over popularity. That's why she couldn't make it in Star Fox Zero.
uh-huh.
Solid theory got there.
Yep.
Anyways, we had a good run for this episode, so I'm going to end it.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh shit!
End
Do
it.
it already. End it.
End it all.
Do it now.
No, forever.
That's all, folks. Sorry, I had to do it.
Dude, man, you've been watched a new episode of Radio Rothingham and they're doing this
Actually,
terrible
it's not new
rap.
anymore because it's over.
No, it's still going. But the episode is technically over, so like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and see you guys
dislike,
next
don't
week.
Don't forget to dislike.
Like and subscribe, or you're or else you are eternally homo.
Or dislike.
Mhm.
At least dislike. No,
Unless-
diss us.
Unless you're that kind of person that's into that, then you should also like. So it's a win-win situation. It doesn't matter.
I'm into
Just click the like button. You won't regret it. Also, we're not one of those people that beg for likes prior to the video, which is apparently a thing that some people do.
Yeah.
But we're not one of those people. We just had an episode of 1.5 hours, so only now we tell you to subscribe
Let's
and
be
like.
honest, we almost don't qualify as people at all.
No, we don't.
No, we are better than that. We are the
super
Ubermensch.
Yes.
So anyway,
Yes.
Superman. Totally amazing. Hit the like button.
Yeah, okay, guys. Like, subscribe, all that good jazz. Getting spy.
Dislike.
And be awesome. And
Right.
remember, guys,